I'm going to move now into Matthew Golden. I feel like he's been one of the more polarizing prospects. I think there was a lot of love for him early on, and then as the hype kind of built, I think there's been more of a pushback of, um, I guess, hate towards him. I don't know. I don't really know why. I think part of it is that his college production was not. It didn't jump off the page at you. He never had an 1,000-yard season. Last year at 58 catches, 987 yards, 9 touchdowns, very solid. But it's a little bit deceiving because he wasn't as featured in the offense at the beginning of the year. The offense went more through Isaiah Bond at the beginning, but in the second half, he really came on. Um, he had two of his biggest games towards the end of the year, the Georgia and Arizona State games. The Georgia game in the SEC Championship, the Arizona State game in the playoffs. He was 8 for 162 in the Georgia game and 7 for 149 in a touchdown, which was that game-winning fourth down touchdown against Arizona State. Um, Also, just watching his film, his ability to run routes is incredible. He had a lot of deep routes where he was wide open, and Quinn Ewers just completely missed him or didn't see him. Don't want to rip on Ewers too much, but it just seems like there was so much meat left on the bone when you watch his film. Even some of his like highlight deep ball catches was him turning around and running back to the ball because he just like it was outrunning. He was basically outrunning the pass, and he had to turn around and make an acrobatic catch when if he had hit him in stride, it would have been a touchdown. So obviously, when we get to quarterbacks, we can talk about Ewers and his limitations. But for me, I think the stats don't really tell the whole story with Golden. I think he's a guy that's going to be. I mean, obviously, 4.29 at the combine, the speed. There's just a lot to like with him. He became the featured player on Texas during the second half of the year. We'll talk more about Bond later, but Bond basically disappeared in the second half, and Golden was their clear elite number one guy. And I think there's a lot of potential for him to be, this year's Xavier Worthy, where if he gets in the right system. Obviously, Worthy had some ups and downs, and now who knows what's going on with his legal problems. But towards the second half of the year and in the playoffs, it's like, well, this guy's the real deal. And I think we're going to see something pretty similar from Golden this year. And all signs are pointing the NFL scouts really like him and that he may end up in the first round. And if he's in the first round, especially the back half of the first round, with teams that are going to want him, good offenses that are going to want to make him a key contributor right away. I've seen Washington mocked a bunch. Man, I think this could really elevate him where he's in the conversation behind Tat as in the wide receiver 2 overall conversation in this class.